There it is.
Are you ready? Oh, and we have
That's not connected yet.
Teresa running the show tonight, so you go, girl. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Are you on? Okay, we're gonna start with the one and only, I guess, the codification
Yeah,
review with Mitch.
I know, I looked at the agenda and I was like, really, a whole hour, Mitch, for this?
well,
I know.
we're gonna get.
One way or the other.
I know.
We'll be almost done.
I had the exact thought, I was like, a whole hour, and then I was like, we gotta get through it.
Then we
Lori.
just have, Natalie's, and then I'll just make any
Yes.
updates that we've done from the 3 meetings that we'll do, and then I'll send it to them.
Okay.
And he'll give us a new code book.
Well, there wasn't much in mine anyway, so.
We can get the
But,
pickles and-
so if you want, I gave you a handout here of the comments that we can go through, and then if you wanna, I did not print it off, because it would have been like 200 pages, 100 pages they give to each of you, but electronically, I did send it to you if you wanna have it on your iPad or whatever. the program. And it's for starting with Lori's comments, which started in chapter 63. And I can go there and read things. You
Yeah, you got the boring section though.
I did.
yeah, you got the cool
I
section.
did.
There you-
Chickens and pit bulls.
Yeah. So, but Eric's here, so he can answer some of these questions. So chapter 63, speed regulations. You just had that question, I have a typo there, but Louise Ave from East Florence to Shelby Lane is listed under the special 10-mile-per-hour zone. But you noted that it's actually 15.
Well, the signs up in that area have 15,
Posted at 15.
So it needs to be corrected then.
so the
So-
book needs to be,
Good.
The book or the sign?
right, you pick, one of them needs.
Well, signs cost money, a paper to change.
Is there a reason that it's 10? Like, is there a safety reason why
From
10
what I
is?
recall, there was a petition by some of the homeowners up on that newer end of Louise, which is why the council at that time chose to reduce the speed limit.
It was 15 and they petitioned it to 10?
No, they,
Well, probably would have been 20,
it would have been 25.
25.
Like
I'm gonna
every
say
side
it's
street,
usually,
but they petitioned to have it lowered. Now, I don't know if it was petitioned to be lowered to 10 or 15.
Because somehow we ordered 15 signs to put up,
Correct.
right? So maybe the book is wrong.
I'm gonna go.
One,
I'm
one is
We
not
can
right.
pick- we
I'm
can
going
pick
with
what's
the
wrong.
typo. You guys gotta decide which one you want though.
Typo.
Well, I can tell you that,
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Eric,
Lord,
I
make
have
it
to be
right.
honest, if you sat around that corner, you could get me for speeding every time.
Next time possible. see if there's any-
So I'm just throwing that out there, I don't think it needs to be 10.
on your break the whole time. That's me.
I'm just being honest, if you ever wanna catch me speeding, just sit over there.
Curb there by Martin Fenders. If you're not going about 10, 15 tops, you're gonna probably hit the curb because it's a pretty sharp curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do
You
that,
can
you're gonna slow
easily
down
do
anyway.
20 and not hit a curb.
Sounds like it's experience. but-
That's what I'm telling
The
you,
younger
I'm gonna
drivers.
sit over there. I
You
know that I'm
probably hug in
guilty.
the other lane.
Oh, Lori, it's funny.
Well, she might be in the other lane. There's no dotted line. So,
There's
I mean,
no
she's
dotted
got
line.
both sides to work with. So 15 sounds reasonable and also allows us to not have to order
Right.
signs and spend money, right?
Please
Yeah.
just don't go
Correct.
to
I have no opposition. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll change it to 15.
You know where they could get me when you come in
I'm
town?
just being honest, I'm terrible around
Where
that
it
corner.
drops from, when you come down
Oh,
Hillman,
Count Locust?
and then, no, down Hillman, like.
Oh,
when you're
Hillman,
coming
down that one.
Into Sharp, and then it's
Oh.
like all of a sudden 25
yeah.
and you're still in the country, I'm like,
I think
Yeah.
it's just because I drive it so
then-
much.
There was a section on the speed, whatever it's called, speed chapter at the end, minimum speed. And it just says a person shall not drive a motor vehicle at such a slow speed as to impede or block the normal and reasonable movement of traffic, except when reduced speed is necessary for safe operation. And you just had a question, do we need to define what minimum
So,
speed is?
and again, it's been a while since I did this, because my thing in that is just, that's so obscure, like that wouldn't hold up. If something were to go to court and we
Because
said,
I felt I needed to go that slow for my own
like, well,
safety,
there's,
right?
is it 10 below? Is like
So-
even a general, but to just throw up, if we think you're going too slow, that's how it reads to me.
I would much rather have it defined, however, I'm sure that section of the code was put in when Locust was a 4-lane, and not that we ever used to do this, but cars get side by side, you go about 5 mile an hour just to back traffic up.
Never. They did that?
So
It was before my time.
that's my assumption, is why that code's in there. Now, if you want
Have
to
you
set
ever
a
pulled
minimum
any-
speed.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
all
a hard
for
one
it.
to set though, right? Because
And
every
that's,
place
I
is
don't
different.
know, but, and that was my whole thing, like for clarity.
Could you
because-
just call someone driving like almost so slow that it's impeding traffic, like reckless driving or something?
They would definitely get stopped if they're going so slow that they're,
What would that be? Like, because you can't generally say, I'm assuming,
if the normal
under
flow of
10
traffic-
miles an hour below the posted speed. Is that too slow in all circumstances?
15
Yes.
miles an hour on most side streets. 25 on Locust Street if you did that.
I'm just trying to come up with a, what, you know what I mean, to define it, so it's across the board and we don't go into, okay, on Ebaugh Street, it's this, and on Tyson Street, it's this. That's too slow.
I'd say a minimum speed of 15 mile an hour. Well, that's your maximum speed on Louise, so I don't know if that's legit or not, but
I don't know, maybe we can look and see how other cities write it, or do we pull that? Has that ever come up since you've been, have you pulled somebody over for going too slow?
not typically, not without other stuff.
It's suspicious,
Right, it
like,
would be more of an intoxicated driver
Yeah.
situation. Where most cars are going,
So there's a code of Iowa reference. Do you want me to pull it up and see what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my dad always told me that. If they're going too slow and they forget to turn on their headlights.
mm.
pretty good signs.
It's a good sign. They might have had a little too much to do.
My grandma Ray got pulled over on the interstate for driving less than 40. There's a minimum on the
Oh,
interstate.
yeah,
She
yeah.
drives so slow that she got pulled over.
Well, we had a lady go up to Council Bluffs that would pull over every time you were behind her because she didn't want anybody following her. She always wore the wig.
I think
She
it's
was
the
an older
exact
lady.
Oh,
wording of
Mrs.
the Iowa
Tubbs?
code.
Yes.
Yeah, the exact
Scared
wording.
me half to death.
Maybe because it was difficult to.
Yes,
Mrs.
pull over.
Tubbs.
Go by.
Lori,
her.
what's
Go
in
by
there
her.
is just
Just
the
pass me.
exact wording of the
She
Iowa
went pretty
code.
slow.
Maybe it's meant to be.
That just
Flexible.
seems so like if you pulled somebody, how do you, that's literally just a completely subjective.
Yeah. Oh, would you say I'm pulling you over because you're driving
But
too
I think
slow?
it's, I
Or
think
would
it's,
it
you
be
can
because
kind of
you're-
tell if
It would give
someone
you your
is
reason to
driving
pull
so
over, but then you
slow
could see if
and
they've been drinking.
impeding or blocking normal traffic, then I think the officers would be able to tell.
Yeah. Because it says there's 2 exceptions. Safe operation, if the slow speed is necessary for the safe operation of a vehicle, considering factors like weather, road conditions, vehicle limitations, it's permissible, and then compliance with the law if the slow speed is required by another traffic law, such as a posted speed limit for a specific area or situation, which is like what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a little bit more specific, but it's
I
exactly.
did too.
It's
So
exactly
that's why
what's
it's in there. They
Yeah.
took it from the code of Iowa.
Okay, so then chapter 64, turning regulations. There was on the U-turns section,
Chapter 6.
a question, you had a question on if the U-turn section was correct. Because you said going south on Vine at the post office, I can't do a U-turn to turn back up Vine.
Yeah,
What?
so like if you're coming down Vine Street and you get here,
Yeah.
It says it is
you can't do a
unlawful-
U-turn and go right back up Vine?
It is unlawful.
Oh,
to
like
have
through the parking
Like
lot?
right
I wouldn't
now,
think that
like
I
at
could.
the end.
It is
Like
on
it's
the
not
end?
posted.
I do it.
I do it all the time.
It says it
Right
is
on here.
unlawful for a driver
Yes.
to make a U-turn except at an intersection Provided, however, U-turns are prohibited at intersections where there are automatic traffic signals, so you can't do any U-turns.
Oh, we couldn't do it there. I'm always illegal then.
That's
Oh
what
my
I'm
Lord.
saying. There's
Allegedly.
not
You
a,
can't do any U-turns.
I Did it
Where's
tonight
the
coming into
signal?
my little parking spot. Notice
I
how
do it
well
all the
parked?
time. That's which is why I wrote it that way. Like, I have done this, I've lived here my whole life. I've done that my whole life.
Have you ever pulled anyone over for doing a U-turn?
Eric's like, I'm gonna sit on Louise and I'm
I
gonna
know.
sit at the post office.
I can solve all the
I look out that
Lori's.
window a lot during the day and a lot of.
So keep in mind, that would be at the intersection,
In the
Yeah.
intersection,
yes.
but like
Yeah.
on the hill where
If
the
you're
parking lot.
mid-block and there's nobody there, you got room to do it. We're not gonna cite you.
You're not gonna pull, thank goodness, cause I
Oh,
do
so
that
you're,
all-
you're more concerned about like right in the middle of
So-
Vine Street and
in the
Charter.
intersection.
Where you have.
But before the
I do it
intersection,
there, though.
at the stoplights, we could do it
I mean, like, I'll come, absolutely, I'll
You
come
pull
out
down.
here at the end of city council, and if I'm going that way and there's no oncoming traffic, I will go into the intersection and I will go right back up Vine.
I feel very lawful right now. I've never done
You've
that.
never done that?
Probably because the police are right there. So
But
that might
there's
be
nothing
why.
posted that says no U-turn.
I would never think that I could, nor would I U-turn in the middle of.
There's
the
no way
block.
that's
This wouldn't-
legal, and I'm city administrator, so.
then.
We've got your number.
Caught on camera. Well, they'll see the
So do you
mayor
think
do
we,
it all.
is it worded appropriately for what, like,
I believe so, I think it would be fine,
okay.
And you'll leave us alone if there's in between the
as long as it's
intersection.
safe.
And
The
safe.
I
biggest
got bail
thing
money.
would
I
be
mean, I'm not doing it in front
Is
of
if you
people.
don't see a vehicle and you end up getting in a car accident, you could be the one getting cited.
Right, right.
Oh, between fist to first?
Yep, that was another thing she pointed out to
What is
correct
fist to
that
first?
spelling.
What is
What
that?
page is that one?
64.04, it's on page 505.
Oh, 505.
And what did I
Fist to
question?
first?
Yeah,
Maybe it must
we're
have spelled
correct,
wrong.
this street there.
Is it supposed to be
First
Fifth Street instead of First Street.
Walnut to,
Typo.
First Street? Okay, gotcha.
Tell me, Natalie, because I don't remember. It's so long ago that I did this. Like, what did I
You
question?
did good. You had
Chapter
a
66.
spelling error.
It was supposed to be First Street and it says Fist.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
thank
Chapter
you.
66, stop or yield required. I thought it was earlier. No, wait, that's chapter 65. Chapter 66.
Is the ordinance about trucks on brick streets that I questioned.
Yes.
Do you remember
She
that,
said,
Angie?
where's
Say that
the-
one again.
You couldn't, she couldn't find it there about, where's the ordinance about trucks on brick streets?
Do you remember that? Ron was mayor and we had all the issues with the garbage trucks going down the brick streets. And they could only be like single axle. I'm talking way above my level of knowledge on trucks. But it was like they had to be single axle only.
Well, I thought we were gonna have a weight limit on them too.
There was a
Something-
whole-
There was
that- it
something on
was.
brick streets.
And so I'm
You
like,
know where?
that's
Well,
not even in there.
Chestnut.
I remember talking about it, I don't.
You don't think they ever did it? You think it got stuck
I know
on
we
Matt's
did
desk?
it.
You think it got stuck
I
at
know
Matt
we
Woods?
did it. It's somewhere.
It is somewhere.
It's an ordinance?
Yeah, because we ended up getting into it even over with the,
Chapter 66, which is load and weight restrictions.
Yeah, that's where it's
Yeah,
at.
what's that say?
But it's an older,
That's the one we're looking at.
do you remember it, Matt?
we were talking about it, but I don't know if they actually went through and did anything with it.
It doesn't look like all the brick streets are listed. Like some of them are listed, but not all of them. Like Chestnut Street's not on here.
Because we ended up in, what do you want to call it? A lot of discussion with the current trash provider, like back and forth on, And we made
over
it
on
a
Hazel
thing.
Street, they were
yep.
ruining the streets because they were.
And so we put
trucks
this
were
weight limit and axle limit, all of that was done on, about brick streets.
Is this when you worked here, Angie?
I think I might have been the administrator at the time, that it was, because Ron would have been the mayor.
Ron was the mayor.
But I don't remember where it ended.
Hey, Jamie.
I-
Too.
Hey, Jamie.
Do you remember the ordinance
Welcome, do you remember?
they drafted for the trash trucks on brick streets?
I wonder if we never sent it to be codified. that
Well, I
it's,
don't know, I know.
we might be able to look
Still
for
says
it.
This is in between that.
But if we never sent the individual on to
What'd
be
you say,
codified on
I
its
don't
own,
think there
it's
ever
probably
was.
just
I
sitting
thought
there.
they discussed about putting a weight limit on the brick streets, and then the council members at that time that you couldn't do that because of the trash trucks.
And then that's where, so it went down and then we ended up, it had to be single axle, it had to be, and we did something because we ended up in an argument with the current trash providers.
Do
Because
you
they,
remember when that was? Had I retired or was it before, so we know where to look? 'Cause I'm familiar, but it could have been that I was reading minutes
Before I took over.
before you took over, so I would have been administrator.
Is there a separate
Or
code
clerk.
for the brick streets?
I don't even remember.
I just know like when I read that, that to me was the glaring thing because
Yep.
it was a thing. So I was like, where is all that? Can we search
I
them?
don't think I see in this
Is
ordinance
it all on microfiche?
file that we have,
Yeah, that's where it'd be.
I don't see that we've done one.
I wonder if it never got on as readings, if it never went through the process.
I'm gonna ask a crazy question. How do we search for that?
I'm just looking through the file where they've been tracking the ordinances that we passed, and I don't see anything in there about.
When you say
Can
they,
you
who you track, where?
You and Amber
Okay.
and Danny.
You're going through all the emails, okay, thank you.
Not the
Not the
emails,
emails.
it's the.
Google Docs.
Google Docs.
Google Drive.
Yeah, but I didn't use Google Docs when I was the administrator, I was
Is
still
there a way to
Microsoft.
search?
But it's an Excel
Like
file that
meeting
was saved
notes?
in there.
Okay,
It goes back to 2010.
oh, well then,
Let me search my email.
Matt would be able to tell us if he ever saw it.
I know
Yeah.
it was a thing, and it was a thing with Ron, because it went right,
because
it
his
was
brick
right
streets,
there on
because he was very
Hazel Street.
passionate about the brick streets.
Trash.
I mean,
I just-
if anything, you could add it under the 66.03 under the load limits. I mean, it keeps them from any vehicle with a gross weight in excess of the amount specified on such signs at any time. So are there signs around town that have weight limits for streets or bridges?
I've never seen any.
I think part of that was with the delivery trucks going to Windhaven. When Windhaven was up there on.
Yeah.
Off Chestnut
Street.
or Sixth
They didn't
Street?
discuss that.
Or, yeah.
We have
We haven't
semi
talked
trucks
about
go up and down
school bus.
Chestnut and it makes my house shake. It does.
Chestnut Road is just horrible, I avoid
It is, we
driving
should
down
do
it.
something about it.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster,
I just go really,
but it's the brick streets, right?
yeah.
We'd have to pave it if we wanted to fix it, that's what I thought. That won't go well with the neighbors there, but,
You gotta run it in the snowplow.
Oh my gosh, we feel so
Take a
bad
few
for them.
bricks
There's
each
sparks
time you go
flying.
through. Wow.
They're
So
just-
I guess I don't know what to do in that section.
Well, if there's nothing on file that Mitch can find, that's what I'm saying, do we need to go ahead and add something, like add the brick streets into the ordinance that we have now? So
We
that,
might want to add something on that one, but tomorrow when I come into Mitchell, our weekly meeting after that, I'll start going through old
That's what I'm trying to do.
online on the, like, agendas and stuff. Back when I was administrator, to see if I can find some things that talked about.
Then it might make sense to send a reminder or a letter to the garbage folks and let them know what it is.
I don't know if it's ever been passed.
They might not.
Well, I mean,
have
once,
that.
if we,
We could put on the list to look at.
We could do it as a new thing,
Yeah.
yeah, start it up again if we can find the beginnings of it. That's what I'm saying, there's gotta be a.
That's what
route.
I'm trying
we
to
haven't
do.
even gotten a quarter way down the page.
When was
Yeah,
wrong?
she said we're taking
I need another hour.
What year was wrong?
Well, Donnie's not here, we should be able to get through his faster.
18, 19, 20, when was he starting his third term?
That's why I'm like,
So,
Okay, well, we can look at the,
I'll
I will add it to the list
I
to
wrote it down to look
look
through.
at in the future. If we do find it, that it was an ordinance that was passed, we'll just add it to, put into the code book.
Okay,
If it's not, then we will put it on the list as something we can discuss.
that we wanna finish. Yeah,
So how long has Glen Haven not been up there?
well, he started,
I've been gone for 5 years and they were up there before I left.
I think they've been gone up at the resource center since probably 2019.
Yeah, maybe 19.
Around there. They haven't moved up there?
They would have discussed it before. when they
Yeah,
moved.
so if they've been up there since 19.
Maybe they were discussing it and then Glen Haven was saying, well, we're moving. And then they thought, okay.
But that wouldn't have had anything to do with the trash. Like, I remember that whole mess with the trash trucks going down and we, again, whatever, does this make sense? That we didn't want them to do double axle, it had to be a single axle truck, something.
That's way too specific for you to have made up.
That's why I'm like, I don't, some things I do make up in my head. This is way too detailed of a memory.
Heck of a
What
good
kind of
room they have
damage
there.
were they doing to the streets?
I believe he talked about.
Like
it.
just
I
a
don't
brick
think it
streets?
passed.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Tearing up the brick streets?
Okay, chapter 69, parking regulations. There was a question mark on 6908 Louise Avenue on the south side of East Side from East Florence Ave to the dead end, including the cul-de-sac, and on Louise Ave on the north and west side, point 213 feet.
Very
East
specific.
Florence Avenue to a point 458 feet east northeast of East Florence Avenue.
Is that like the weird little
I-
triangle section that?
Did I
like-
write that? Or
No,
was that, I was like,
you
that
just
is
have a
not.
question mark on what is on that section. I just read this.
Oh, just a question mark on what the heck does this mean?
Yeah, that's what you have.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Eric?
South?
That definitely was an event that sparked that kind of detail being put in there.
Yeah, it's the longest section in the no parking zone.
Is that the weird like little triangle area where you can come down Florence and go around
Or Walnut.
our Walnut?
Walnut, thank you.
Oh, that's true. That would include,
To the dead end.
I've got to pull it up.
Is it like no parking on either side then, or what's it for?
I don't remember, what was that? 6908, does it say no parking there? Is that what it was, Mitch?
Yeah, it's the no parking.
Yeah, it's no parking.
So Louise.
Louise Avenue on the south side.
Is it because of the width, because of
East
getting
Florence Ave.
snow trucks, snow plows and ambulance if they were parking? There would be no room to move
To
around.
the dead ending. So that's past Shelby Lane. Is that the way they're going?
So it would be going Louise down into that cul-de-sac where Mintles are.
Yeah.
Which is the newer part,
The
right?
new addition.
Were people hanging out down there?
So
that was a
I
way
still
to-
don't think there's enough room
I'm
to.
still trying
Yeah,
to
to
figure out south and east. So the south side is the side across the street
Coming
from
to
me,
us.
right?
Yeah.
What's, and east,
East
Means-
Florence.
Someone told
mine.
my house would be, yeah.
yes, so that whole, because
Well, the
I
only.
wonder if that's why I was questioning it, because there's parking along the street everywhere up there. And maybe that's why I was questioning it, was like, if it's no parking, is there parking all over up there?
On Louise Avenue.
Louise Avenue, dead end,
Yeah.
was back when it was a dead end, before Middles built their addition and took it on up.
So this is old.
Yes.
Okay, that needs to be updated then.
To just remove it?
Or
Is it
should that be
needed
on?
anymore?
I don't know if it should be removed or.
I think it needs to be addressed, because if that was before, there's a whole new street up there now.
Okay.
But it says to the dead end, including the cul-de-sac.
But it's not a dead end anymore, like you said, right? It goes all the way through.
It doesn't. It's
It's
still in.
Oh, the
around.
dead end goes down to Mendel's house.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe, sorry, Jamie, maybe Jamie can go drive up there and tell us what it should say.
Yeah, Jamie, you look at that.
But then it includes East Florence, from East
Yeah,
Florence Ave to
from
the
a
dead end. But East Florence doesn't
213
go to the dead end.
East.
Well, Jamie can
Could Jamie
tell
come
us
follow up on
where
that
it would be useful for it to be no parking, I guess, or Eric. I don't know. You guys wanna
Skateboards.
tell us, okay. we'll check in with Jamie and Eric.
Okay,
Okay.
I would
Just
say
doesn't
it
make any
doesn't need to
sense.
be reworded.
I think so too.
Good, I'm glad to confuse the rest of you.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you live over there, so.
And I live, like, I know
everybody, you
exactly
would
what
probably be like,
talking about, but
Chapter 77, skateboards, roller skates and scooters. There's just a question on the definition of all those, asking if does electric scooter apply here?
But didn't you update all that, Eric, on the new thing that
I
you're,
think that's what we're,
that's what we're
Yeah,
addressing.
the readings
So we're
of-
they
kind
just
of
could have
doing that on
crossed
the new
over,
one.
cause I did the,
Yeah, this
literally,
is before that.
Yeah,
yeah, I did
so we
this.
just need to see the new one and switch it out to the new
I
one.
wonder what my comment meant, you don't have to push, does it say something in there that you have to push?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for
Which is what
remembering
the
that.
other, yeah.
So
we can
we're already
just-
addressing this with, Eric's already addressing this.
Okay,
He's
that's the
gonna
one
address.
we've already revamped. and
Yeah,
used.
so that'll be updated.
perfect.
And that was the end of Lori's comments.
Yay!
Right, and everybody celebrates, thank God she's done.
Good job, Lori, you did well.
Then next, Donnie had, his comments started on section 105.
Page 220,
220, okay, hit
Right?
220.
220.
I went to my agenda, or the email he sent us.
Okay, cause I'm like, I
And I think
can't.
he just had a highlight there, because he did this for a few things,
Yeah,
where
go
he noticed that there were fees that
codification.
we could charge,
Yeah,
but,
the email, yeah.
but we don't.
And then
And
it
then
wouldn't load. I tried to do it, and it took me
So to bring
to.
up the whole thing,
So
Saying
105,
I have to request
Yeah.
I didn't
access.
have to request access.
Sorry, I couldn't,
Sorry.
I can't get
trying to
access
open
to
it.
it, so that's why I'm like guessing at what everything
I
says.
attached it as a, I don't know.
It's making me
I
request
think you're on the
access.
wrong email, so let me go
Just
to,
go to the website, Glenwood website, and go to the ordinance.
Oh, you're trying to request access, I guess, to this one that I have.
No, the one
I went, the one that you
Not this one,
sent,
Right, but if you just go to the
The
city
first one.
website, you can just look at the ordinances.
There's one I sent that is an attachment that shouldn't mean request access. There's one I sent that was a Google Drive that.
Yes.
yeah, that's the one I was trying to get into, something like that.
The Google Drive one I also printed, that's this one. There's one, an
Is
attachment
this the
earlier in that
email?
email chain that you can open.
No.
Okay, go to this email and it says Glenwood Code PDF.
Yes.
Don't we forward it to you? That'd be faster.
So we could have a landfill maintenance fee
Yeah, so he highlighted that.
for like the Mills County Mount Mills out there. We could have,
I don't know. Some cities have franchises for, and we used to do it actually, in Glenwood, I've read old files where, we had one company that would do recycling or trash and we would charge a fee to all the users. And Red Oak just started implementing this, so there's one company that has the franchise for trash and recycling in town, and they set the rate, and that's the company that people have to use. And it sort of makes it so certain sections of town don't have their trash out on certain days instead of the free-for-all it is now. And then cities that do that will charge an additional fee on top of it, to do like cleanup days and things that we've eliminated because we're just paying for it out of our general fund budget. Other cities that do that charge their residents for it to be able to provide that service.
so then the ordinance allows us to just have a franchise or to have those things in place, right?
Maybe that's what this fee is, yeah. Sort of sounds like that's what he can use it for.
So we don't want to get rid of it because we may want to go back to.
Yeah, and I think that's what,
Down the
I don't
road.
think he wanted to get rid of it, I think he was just highlighting it like, oh,
That if
that's
there are, we're gonna do
interesting that we
something,
have it.
yeah, sure.
Then chapter 110, the natural gas franchise, he highlighted this, and first of all, the natural gas franchise, we did just pass a new ordinance for Black Hills Energy that I will be sending them, so chapter 110 will be completely changed with the new wording for the franchise that you updated for Black Hills Energy.
How many more years is that now, the new one?
25,
Another 25, so we're good.
so
We don't
we don't have to worry about it. What else? What else was it? Oh, he did, we just updated it, 11004, not being followed, 403, fine dirt.
I don't get that.
Oh, and he put, that was for fiber, I think. He highlighted on a couple of them where, on these franchise agreements that we have, the franchisee is supposed to fix the digging that they do and put it back to an acceptable condition. And he had another question on if fiber should have a franchise because they're doing this digging and stuff, and there's not a franchise that we have that ensures that they will restore things back to how they should be, but you can't have a franchise for fiber in Iowa, or at least you can't have a franchise fee for fiber in Iowa. I checked on that. He also had a question about if we could have a franchise for fee for water. And I've also checked on that, and we cannot charge a franchise fee to GMU because they're publicly owned by us. They're not a private company.
We'd be double dipping.
Yeah. Essentially.
So this is something that happens often where we have, whether it's utilities or whoever going in and
Yeah.
digging up people's yards and just leaving it like that. I see a lot of people talking about that, so.
Well, and if it's the fiber people, then I think we can make them fix it.
Well, we have, we
That was in
haven't
their
we got
contract.
something
Yeah,
to do with
because
the
I think you
agreement,
probably
wasn't
put it
it?
in a contract.
I thought it was in their contract.
It's not a franchise.
So this franchise is sort of like our contract with Mid-American Energy and Black Hills Energy and stuff like that.
Right.
So we would, yeah, with the fiber people, we have that contract with them, so they do have to.
So
do
it's
that.
not a franchise, it's just a
Yes.
contract, so
Right.
it's separate from this.
So- Yes, you had a question about the franchise fees and we can't charge them. Although it would be nice if the state would update the franchise fees that you could, charge to include fiber, because you used to be able to charge it for cable television and telephone. And they're basically doing the same thing as those companies, digging up the right of ways and, all of that stuff, but it's not included in an acceptable, franchise fee list. Although you have trolley buses that we could charge it to, and district telegraphs, and,
Is the tree trimming in the electric section, the electric franchise section, where it says the company at company expense? Is that the electric company?
Where are you at now?
111.10 under section or chapter 111 for the electric franchise. I just noticed that it said tree trimming, considering we just put out a tree trimming notice. I didn't know are they responsible for the tree limbs that are on or close to power lines?
Yeah, Mid-America.
They are.
They come through about every 3 to 5 years and
And
trim
trim the trees,
power lines.
yeah.
Because I know we just had them come out after the last storm, because there was one on our neighbors and our power line, and they came out and cut it off.
yeah, so just had that same question on chapter 111. On chapter 120, he had a question on the 18 years old. That's the liquor, license, wine, beer, and permits. Eric, is that 18 the acceptable age?
Trying to find where he's talking about.
102.05.4, so it's at the top of page 974. Employ a
there's a
person
typo
under
on the
18 years of
sheet.
age in the sale or serving of alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises where sold, except as follows.
And I think it is because the
Yes.
code guy went in and he's got all the Iowa code sections in there. So. That answers that question. Chapter 123, mobile food vendors.
Well, wait, what's the Eagles Open Air, were we just
Oh, wait,
talking
let's
about
get
that? Yeah, what's that one
Eagles
about?
Open Air and
What are they talking
entry.
there?
So 120:01.
Very first page of chapter 120, is that it?
Yeah.
120.01.
120.01.
Oh, maybe it's 10. Maybe
Oh, I bet it's 10, yeah, you're right.
It's what now?
120, 10.
10.
Oh, 12010.
Yeah,
Okay,
0.10. No, that can't be it.
There can't be,
There's got a
because I can't
typo.
find
I have a typo in there somewhere.
Eagles?
It's the
It's
number
120,
10.
08, yeah.
Yeah, 12008, number 10.
120.
Right?
Thank you.
Or somewhere in 120, 08. I guess.
Because in number 10 there, it says if 2 violations of state law or the municipal code occur in the open air area within a 12-month period. I'm assuming that that's it, only because it says open air.
Eagles open air entry question mark. Eagles.
Well, they have,
open air
they
It's
have,
128, 08, yeah. Then the open air entry, so,
so he's
Or
asking,
maybe it's
is the
number
Eagles in violation, but they have the open air, I mean, they have the outdoor seating. Is that what he's referring to, the backside?
Yeah.
Open air
If they've
area
got
shall
their
be
license for
enclosed
that.
by, is the
okay,
Eagle?
it's number 1 of .08 that he highlighted. The open air area shall securely attach to the licensed structure and shall not protrude into the public right of way and shall be constructed and maintained so that it may only be entered and exited from the portion of the premise which is not part of the open air area and which is part of the licensed establishment. The open air area shall be enclosed by a wrought iron or similar type. So I think he was saying people go in and out through the open air area. It doesn't sound like you can do that.
Is there a fence back there? I don't even know.
I
There is
don't
a
either.
fence.
There always used to be a fence back there.
There
Do
is a
people
fence
go
back.
in and
I
out?
think it does have a gate back there,
They have a gate for them to go in and out of, so it's in compliance then.
No.
No.
which you could.
If you can go in
and
and out through the back, then they're out of compliance. You have to be able to, you have to go in and out through the front door, basically.
If there's a gate and they shut it.
Oh.
If
Then
they
you
shut the
can't.
gate, then they'd be in compliance.
Okay, there you go.
As long as it's locked.
Well,
They'd
you
have to shut it,
look
lock
at
it.
that.
You got people can't enter, that's what it's making it sound like you can't enter and,
In that area.
Exit
I
from the
see.
open air area.
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't get
It's
this.
to give more control to the bartender in the bar. Because otherwise you don't, you
Says
have.
all
so,
exits
because
in that
people
area shall be
park
for
back there
emergency use
because
only.
there's not always
yeah,
parking
so
in the
that's
front.
exactly.
So then they'd have to walk
That is,
all
yeah,
the
so
way.
that is exactly what he mentioned
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
But
But
it's the
now
all
that we're talking
exits
about
should
this,
be
I
for
remember that
emergency.
being a thing when Gridiron went in. Because you can't just walk in that open air seating at Gridiron. It's not Gridiron, it's now
Right, you have to go
Bucksnort.
inside
But
and
when
then
they
out and
built that,
around.
you have to go in
And then outside,
through.
yeah.
So if we're gonna
Unless
make
you
an
hop the fence.
exception,
Well,
Very
because I remember that being
What that-
a
what's
thing.
that, Jamie?
Brewery's got a gate there too.
They gotta go inside the bar to get in there usually. But
Sometimes it's open.
It's not
Well,
locked.
it's not
Right.
locked because then it's an exit if there was an emergency, but it's not open for access, but you could probably open. What are we
Do
gonna
they
do
drink
about
in the
that?
back or they just go in and out?
No, they drink back there on the,
It says there's no containers of alcohol or consumption of alcohol permitted in the open air
from 11 PM
from
to
11
7
to 7.
Yeah, but they're closed. Those hours.
After
Does Keg Creek ever open their patio doors? They keep those locked.
Well, they do if they have a
right?
food truck.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
Yeah.
do when they have a
Because
food truck.
that's, now you're open air,
Yeah. So we in violation, Eric?
technically, yes.
Is that
Technically.
Iowa code or is that Glenwood code? Do we need to see if that's what the state
There's no
says?
reference.
Here,
I
let's
don't
say
see a
it's-
reference, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be local ordinance.
So if it's local, do we need to revisit that? And maybe,
I can put this on the list to revisit.
I think we probably need to. Revisit.
Yeah, because we can't.
We gotta be fair to everybody, but we gotta make sure it's not gonna be a
Mobile food vendors,
hindrance.
didn't we just do that one?
Yeah, I think we just talked about
I would hate for them
this.
to have to walk all
The
the way
background
around.
check?
Because it
But there must
probably
be a
Yeah,
reason
question
the
about
safety code
background
reads
checks.
that.
Because I don't think
I was gonna
there
say, though,
wasn't-
you talk about.
It was when we
Right.
was discussing this, it was before we had discussed it at that meeting.
But it's
Because if
funny
you
because when
take
they
They
come
have
and
to go
looked
through a
at them
background
for
check
rag
when
bride,
they
the rag
apply
bride,
for their
the
permits.
alcohol beverage guy, he never said a word about the way their gardens, everything was set up.
Yeah,
They never had any
no.
complaints about
They
that.
kind of
Only on
look
the
like it.
vendors, because they're going door to door.
what would stop a 17-year-old from going back there and having, if the bartender never sees them enter, then you
Well,
have a
somebody could
whole.
give them something regardless,
Well,
yeah.
right, but I'm just saying, if you don't,
Yeah.
if the bartender never sees.
Mhm.
okay,
Oh,
Well, I
well,
don't know.
Yeah. Chapter 124 was Donnie's pool hall moment, if you remember.
I do remember that.
House movers?
So house movers, and I had Danny look into this. He had highlighted on there, there's how companies that move people are required to get a permit and then pay $10 every time they move someone,
A moving truck?
Yeah.
Businesses or residentials?
and residential.
Oh,
A house
Each
mover.
house,
Yeah.
building, or similar structure.
And we looked and we haven't given one or received one since 2021.
and the reason for this is
I don't
why?
right,
Why do we need to know when
When
people
was
are
this put
moving?
in?
Interesting. Eric, what do you know about this one? Do you know anything about this one, Eric?
I know nothing about it.
Okay,
House movers, we really need to have an ordinance and tell people to get a permit for
right.
having a house mover?
I'd like to know why they have it. Matt, you got any thoughts on that?
House movers usually has to do if they're picking up a house and moving it.
Okay, that's what I
That's usually what that does.
skids, jacks, dollies, and other specialized
Yeah,
moving equipment,
okay.
so that's like
That's not
legit
for
lifting
moving.
a house.
That's for actually moving.
Thank you very much.
I know it's happened at least 2 or 3 times.
I was wondering why there was $100,000 of per accident, like,
And I don't know,
bodily
they use dollies when you move people in the house.
It specifically says, means any person who undertakes to move a building. or
A building or
something.
yeah.
There we go.
That makes
There we
more
go.
sense.
That's what that is. $10 if you do it.
Right.
That's pretty cheap.
But what's the
Move a house.
$10? Like, what's that supposed to do? What's that supposed to cover?
It doesn't cover,
That probably needs to be updated because they probably, it
They need a
doesn't happen
permit.
so often. But sometimes they have to take power lines down, they have to close roads.
Yeah, it's a
The
permit
fee-
and then they have to fill out a permit and the
They have to
permit
have a bond
includes their
and
name and
insurance.
address, the building location, the route plan.
So that's just to make sure they let us know that they're doing it?
Yeah, and then Matt and probably Eric would have to review the route plan for them moving the
Well,
house,
then
I
it's
guess.
gotta
we
be more
need
than
to
$10.
increase the permit fee.
Yeah, more than $10.
I would have to prove that they have insurance and all this stuff. I guess.
But have we known of anybody that moved a building yet?
Apparently in 2021, someone
Who
did.
moved a
Northeast
building?
Construction did,
They moved a house?
a shed.
A shed?
Well, they
It's a-
do the Kyman's house when they were out here by the rest of the building.
Would that have been outside city
They
limits?
had,
Was that outside city limits though,
And we're,
out there?
at the time it was.
Yeah.
we're,
Can they move something down by the park?
dating me a little bit, but right next to, where, Barrett's. There used to be a house up there because he was the school, Mr. Walker used to be the PE teacher. at the North
Blue
Side.
Walker? I
The house
remember
that's
him.
right there next to the little cafe, they moved that and put it over.
Well, we need to
it's now
collect some
over
fees
off
then.
of-
We're behind our schedule. With interest.
The Glenwood.
I guess I could put on the list to increase the fee.
Yeah, increase the fee.
$100.
At a zero.
It should cover whatever the
All those
Anticipation.
inspections and, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever they
Yeah, so
anticipate their time to
increase
be.
fee and maybe a higher fee if they have to direct traffic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And take power lines down and,
Yeah, because if
They
it's
have to
like,
contact all the utilities and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of work steps for that.
But that's what house movers have to do, it has nothing to do with people.
we were worried, look at us, we were worried with
Wow.
double axle.
No.
Man, I got a bad back.
Jeez. We can't do that.
Are you having fun yet, Teresa?
Right.
It would just be cheaper to bulldoze it and build a new one.
Sometimes.
Jeez, Mitch, so negative. Keep tearing down that thing.
Just
You know, I
laugh
think we should
it.
put on the application that we are gonna vote if the house is nice enough to even.
To even get to move, yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, street use and maintenance.
Yep, street use and maintenance. So this was, he had a all caps grass.
I have a
That-
question.
I think this is his pet, pet
It is.
peeve.
That is a thing.
Is that an ordinance that they can't blow when they're mowing?
Yep.
Okay, because I've gotten
cannot.
complaints just again Sunday, people mowing.
About grass in the street?
They're in church.
Okay, so
My
I think that was what he was gonna wanna talk about.
I didn't know there was an ordinance, and I was gonna ask about that.
Enforcement on grass, I don't know
Yeah.
if we need to do education or put
We
stuff
do
on
need
the-
to educate.
Put stuff on the
and
website or
enforce.
Facebook page.
My dad used to have to go up to my grandma's house weekly, because she would blow them up the corner of Fourth and Dad would have to be the one that would go up and say,
And blow back.
no, like,
tell
you can't do that, stop doing that.
I think if you're not familiar with motorcycles, this isn't a
It's a
logical,
dangerous
it's not
thing,
like a
yeah.
logical thing. I didn't know it till I moved here and and my dad quickly snatched me up and was like, you can't leave grass on the, I had no idea. So I don't know that people, you can have
Is
some
there
people
a
that do it
certain
just because they
amount,
don't
though?
care, but
Once you mow, it's
Because
wet.
I'm aware of it and I try not to, but when I currently mow that yard, I always look at it and I'm like, damn, there's still grass out there.
You have to sweep
And then
it up
I
to the
go-
curb.
I do, I
Yeah.
take my little rider and I try to blow it back.
Yep.
I try to be
I
good.
try to be careful since the motorcycles go 80 down Locust. That's the last thing I want is.
Look, he's
Yeah.
busy,
That's
he's
what-
busy
That's
watching
so
me
bad
on the
this
leaves
summer.
go around the
I know.
curb. You can't be on those
Doing
leaves
your
too.
U-turn
Right.
in the middle of.
Doing my U-turn.
Vine and Sharp.
Okay, well, maybe we can put some stuff on the website or.
Well, I think we need to, now that it's obviously mowing season's been going on, but apparently it's happening recently, because I had two
If
people
there's,
reach out Sunday to address that, and I'm trying to remember their address. I was gonna talk
I
about
know the
that
county
tomorrow.
has a deal in theirs that if you push your snow back out in the roads or the street and it causes an accident, it goes back on the property owner.
So we could do the same on grass?
You caused the accident.
Yeah,
But you pushed it in my driveway, Jamie.
And people call us and ask for you to come out and clear the driveway after you.
because they just cleaned it.
And then I tell them- No, we don't do that. Sorry. I had to shovel out myself too.
Yeah, would be nice, so if you fix that.
Then there's something about barricades and warning lights, but I'm not sure, really what he wanted to talk about there.
Which one is that on?
where, yeah, where?
136
Oh,
under
136
sidewalks.
You moved on to the next
Yeah,
chapter
what
already.
about the
Sorry.
rest of 135?
13509 and 13509. 5 or something, sorry, maybe I got the wrong one.
135.
I moved on to second.
Okay.
Mitch is like, I don't wanna talk about those two things. I'm going to
We have
one.
10 minutes left.
136.
3509 subsection 5 and subsection 6.
Yeah.
Restoration of
Restoration
public
of public
property.
property.
So that goes back to the same thing with the people doing work on the sides of the road or whatever.
If people are digging up the road, Jamie, you are, or sidewalks, are you going and?
Yes, there is a right of way permit.
And so like,
You get before they do.
there's a few people digging on the sidewalks right now along Locust. So did they?
Do they have
notify you?
permits?
They have not, and I actually need to talk to,
The one that's got it open on the hill there?
the new bank down here.
Yeah, they've got a hole in the road.
He has never gotten a permit for the driveway going into the bank or for his new driveway that he's putting in for his.
Oh, somebody needs to call
Yeah,
him.
I've been meaning to ask you about that, how long they're gonna keep
And I
that hole
told them,
open.
they told me, they come down and asked if they could leave that hole in Locust Street till they did the drive-through driveway, and I told them no.
Oh,
It's still there.
So do you
what
need to
can
have
we
Matt
do?
reach out to him then?
I don't. Is
Our
that
For code enforcement?
Was it the contractor that you talked to, or was it the owner?
Well, I talked to Travis Wright, he's the one that cut out the street there. Then hooked either the sewer or water to that house that they removed. So I can get hold of Travis and tell him this needs poured back.
And they didn't get a permit for any of it.
Right.
No.
Can I ask a semi-related question that I should probably know the answer to, but I don't? I'm waiting for Mitch to say yes.
Go ahead.
So what about when the city or the water department goes and tears private property up. And does the owner of the property get to say, that is to my,
The water department won't do it. They contracted in.
but if that were to happen, the water department tears something up, puts it back, it's poor quality, the owner says, I'm not okay with that, where does that
It would
fall?
Be on the contractor, be between the owner and the contractor.
Even though the water department is the one that contracted with that person?
Well, it depends, it could be the homeowner who contracted with them.
If it wasn't. If it 100% for sure was work done by the water
On the
department.
water department.
Okay, so let's say
So
you
what are
go
they
up,
putting back?
what?
What are they putting back?
Concrete.
So then I guess we're supposed to inspect it.
Well, and that's why this whole thing made me bring this up.
So they could come ask us to inspect it and Jamie could say, yeah, this is up to our, it is or isn't up to our standards.
Do you sign off on something? Or
That
just
the
give them
water
approval?
department
No,
does?
they should be filling out the permit.
So you sign off on the permit then, that
So
it's,
then I sign the permit and
okay.
it's right in the permit. You have to call me before
Well,
you pour anything so I can come up and inspect it.
But do you inspect after?
Yeah.
So did you cut the curb down by the bank? Or, I'm sorry.
On Locust, Travis did.
So it sounds like they should, the city should be checking, because they should have a permit
Mhm.
for sidewalks.
And you're saying there's no
and curb.
permit, Matt? You didn't get a permit for this down there?
I don't do the driveways.
Oh, you don't do that, that just goes to you guys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I never got a permit for down there, so.
You never got anything. There's nothing up here in our files that didn't get
And
to.
I think because of that Jay Longnecker that's
And did we ever,
Valley Bank out of Randolph,
Jay Lawrenson,
Longnecker.
oh, that's the owner?
and did we ever get one
No,
for the
once.
sidewalk going north on Locust on the hill there? There's been some equipment just sitting on the sidewalk and it's like tore up.
Yeah, it's past, like in between, what is that, 6th and 5th, or 4th and,
It's a
They're
house,
actually still working on that.
Yeah.
really?
right, for the house, yeah.
I think it's gas company.
Really?
Looks like it's
That's a
some
long
sort of
time,
utility company.
Yeah.
a very long time.
Did they turn in,
Huh?
did they turn in the request?
Usually with the gas company, no, they don't make them give one. Cause they have their utilities in the right of way.
Speaking of right of ways, did that guy move his bushes or his
His
trees?
trees. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
now he's got some kind of,
Yeah, plant something else to make sure that
Grass or
complies with the ordinance.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought I
So
saw, like the
Jamie,
stakes or
sorry,
whatever
going back
back
to
in
my
the.
question, let's say your crew
I'm sure
goes out
that'll be-
and does something and has to dig up a parking, I don't know, I'm making stuff up. And you guys put it back to whatever and the homeowner comes out and says, no, I want that seated, I want that, is that on us to do?
yes. Whenever we tear up, we put it back.
Put it back,
Reseed
just
it.
like
It should be the same as it was.
Yeah, we
Reseed it if it's dry
It's only
out,
fair.
we'll take the tanker truck up,
Yeah.
water the grass, to get it to grow.
okay.
Which was part of the thing with Jake getting the construction from Locust. Remember on the corners, there was some that was like just
Yes.
mud and he was gonna see if they could come back out and reseed it in the spring. Cause it was kind of a mess.
Just that made me think about it, but I wanna talk to you about the full water department thing afterwards. Yeah, not that,
We have 5 minutes left. So you didn't think we.
Got one?
I think we can stop at the end of Donnie and then he and
Oh, okay.
Natalie can go the next.
This was fun.
I think, so the $2 for concrete, is that still reasonable? So cost assessed shall be calculated at $2 a linear foot for each foot of the sidewalk?
With a max of 150.
I guess that's for the removal, right? Anything that has to be removed? in which the snow, ice, or accumulations have been removed by the city with costs not to exceed $150.
Yeah, maybe that's something I could ask Jake about, if that seems.
Is that,
And one thing I recommend too then is to say that the cost assessed shall be made by resolution and get it out of the ordinance so that you can adjust it as time goes,
Yeah.
rather than have to do an entire
Like we did
ordinance.
for the
Yes.
food vendor,
Mhm.
so we can just, okay.
So I think we need to at least address that, but then that resolution can have the updated, what we think is fair.
Cost
For today.
assessed will be
What does it actually
determined
say?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got
by resolution.
3603. Because aren't we trying to do that, Eric, on everything, to make it by resolution? Because
Yeah.
the ordinances are
it
harder to
basically says that it's the
change.
property owner's responsibility to clean up the sidewalks of like snow or
Yeah,
You
I
don't-
find,
Don't do it in 48 hours.
and that one was
It's
under a fine, I think, for not shoveling your snow on your side.
And then they also get assessed a $30 administrative fee on top of the cleaning fee.
Yeah,
No, I don't know if we've ever fined anyone.
I was gonna say, the reality is, nobody has time to go out there and enforce this. I know Matt's plenty busy.
but if you get complaints from citizens, I feel we're obligated to address those because now it's been brought to our attention. That's why I'm always nagging you about the calls I get. I just don't wanna ignore these people.
And then they just go on about their day.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good about calling them and nagging on them and.
Yeah.
They get a call from the city usually, they're like,
Then-
oh,
They're usually,
Oh, yeah.
but there are some of them that they don't care.
right.
You can call them all you want.
But you're right, they don't have time to just drive around all day and find these
Right.
things. But if you get a complaint, you've got to address those complaints.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that, I'm just like, the reality of it is.
Yeah.
That has nothing better to do than
I
drive
get
around
that,
and
yeah.
go,
Like,
oh,
we go,
Contractors, because lawn mowing and snow removal, and you just call them up and say, hey, they didn't meet the deadline, and we pay them, and then just lean on the property.
Yeah.
And I know the city used to do that, like on files on, in an old filing cabinet that I've been doing.
oh, you did? We have 2 minutes left, so it's probably time to
yep, I think we can be done.
be done.
Good job.
Thank you.
I do have
Everybody?
a copy of Harlan's solid waste collection, I'll give you guys.
Oh, okay.
They actually break it down into the haulers need to have, make sure that they're insured and things like that. And there's a hauler license that they have to get to be able to haul, make sure their trucks are up to par, they're not leaking all over. And they're providing insurance that shows that they do have insurance in case they hit somebody or damage somebody's property.
Well, I
Good
think that's
idea.
part of the reason why some cities do franchises for all of that. Like
Mhm.
Red Oak just switched to a franchise.
Well, it might be something to look into for future reference then. If we are so desired to do so, council. Yeah.
Who do we submit this to, Mitch? Like, once it's done? Who does the COBA?
company is the company that we hired, 5 years ago. I don't remember their name. Iowa Codification.
Iowa Codification, they've changed their name
Out of
since
Storm
I
Lake or
left, so
something.
yeah, I can't remember their name now.
I just have his email. I send emails to him, occasionally I think he's so over
It's been
us.
going on since I've been administrator, and we never got it done.
He's so over us.
I just was gonna, I think I have to present for admin, so I was just gonna say who we were gonna submit it
7
to.
o'clock. Oh, we need to, can we just finish? We don't have to stop and go out. So we're gonna call this meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I will ask clerk to call roll call, please.
McEwen,
Here.
Smithers,
Here.
Duran.
Here.
Okay, we have to, does she need to say the other names if they're not present, or,
I have it.
oh, you don't have to do that then, okay. So Councilmember Lyons and Kate's are absent tonight. At this time, I'm gonna ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
So moved, Smithers?
Second,
Duran?
any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Smithers,
Yes.
McEwen,
Yes.
Duran.
Yes.
Thank you. And at this time, we allow visitors to speak. We have none.
Joe?
Joe, you
Joe?
want to say something? And then we'll move on. Committee reports. I will give this over to Mitch for admin. Well, wait, who does admin?
I have admin.
Natalie will do that one then.
Council reviewed several chapters of the Code of Ordinances this evening. And we'll continue to review the last couple chapters at the next meeting, I think, if that's correct, and then hopefully submit the final to Iowa codification soon. That's the goal,
Sounds good.
so.
Okay, and then we have a motion to approve a special events application for Super Bloom Gravel. It's a women's bike race and it's attached to your agenda.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to speak on that?
I was supposed to call her. Do you mind if I run and grab the phone because I forgot to grab?
That's very
The
good.
city
You can do that. And while
Oh,
she's
good.
going
She's
after
better
the
doing that
phone, is this related to the email that Larry Wenham sent regarding GRC?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, then we can address that as well.
Because I think Danny or, did you call
I
her?
talked to her too.
You did talk to her,
Yeah, because they're running up through GRC's.
and apparently Larry has given them permission to,
Permission from them on that.
Independence Road and Camp Road. It's not gonna be in
It's
GRC.
happening sooner than this one. But I don't know if any other ones.
Oh, she said there's another one that's going to be happening?
Yeah, she was gonna call them.
It's the same day. It says September 6th on Larry's email. It's the same one.
That's this one.
That's this one.
Oh, there's another one then?
Yeah, remember that one we approved,
They,
the walk for,
Oh, yeah.
what is it? National
No,
Walk.
no, this is completely different. Apparently there's another bike race that might be
Oh.
happening.
Oh,
That's starting at the
she said she
museum
was gonna get hold of those
She-
people. and
that she knew of, and she was gonna tell them they need to get a special events permit
oh,
and
really?
contact the
Okay.
GRC people.
So we'll be
Is this a
speaking to,
local, is this a local group?
She
I guess
is
it's
she's in
They've done
Omaha.
it several
in
years.
Omaha.
Oh,
Maria,
Julie Borer.
okay.
It was the one they had last year out at Cave Creek Brewery. They've had it out there for years.
Okay.
Are we ready to call her?
Have you reviewed it,
Did they
Matt?
rename it?
and Eric?
They're called this.
Is she called?
If you
I
go
haven't
look-
called yet,
Oh, go
since
ahead.
you were talking.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like 7 of them a year. They're named different. They're all throughout different
I was
areas.
like, I don't remember
It's
this.
volume.
Have you seen a map of the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't, there's no road names or nothing.
Hello,
For
Maria?
Today, some of it.
Yeah, this is her.
This is Danielle with Glenwood City Hall.
Hi there, Danielle.
I have you with the city council and the mayor.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, we're just ready to speak of your, special events application, Maria.
Perfect.
Do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about it and a little more specific as far as the areas you need closed and such?
Yeah, so like I said, my name is Maria Julie. I live here in Omaha, but I kind of fell in love with gravel riding when I first rode through some of those amazing Glenwood roads that you are all probably very familiar with. So there's a lot of gravel races in the area, but what's special about ours, we're only the second one in the country, maybe in the world, that's an all-women's event. Most of our gravel races around here are pretty male dominated, and there might be just a handful of women at each of these events. So it's a really cool opportunity for women in sports and cycling in the area and around to, I guess, ride in beautiful space and have a lot of supported women around them. We focus a lot on, I guess, providing a lot of education ahead of the race so that they feel prepared and confident to tackle these distances, including like training plans and like clinics on how to make repairs. We actually have, last year, we hosted it there for the first time, and it was actually started out of Keg Creek, and we had around 80 riders representing 6 different states. This year, I think we're gonna actually top that. We're already there with over a month to go, and we have over 11 states represented, including people from as far as California and New York. And they all sort of heard the news about how incredible it is to ride around here. So that's my event in a nutshell. And we're really trying to create this event as safe as we possibly can, and we're trying to utilize quieter roads that are not too car heavy. Like last year when we set up from Keg Creek, we did have that portion that was pretty heavy in traffic because it kind of went through the highway. So hopefully this year we're able to avoid that. And so Danielle and the fire chief also put me in contact with some of the individuals that are in charge of some of the roads that we need permission to go through, which I've contacted some of them and got replies already. And I think they're just waiting if anybody has any issues with our route. So,
Can you tell us our route, like where you're starting, what street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, of course. So here, let me pull up the route real quick. So there's 2 races. There's 100K and there's 50K, and they both start and end in the same location. And let me pull it up here. So Mills County Historical Museum actually last year approached us and offered to provide their space for us to do our start race. So there's we'll start on Lake Drive. There's actually a road that goes by the amphitheater before you get to Lake Drive. That's where we're hoping to do our start. And then goes through the lake. And so I'm also waiting to hear back from parks, the Glenwood Parks. And then it goes through Green, goes up Lake Lacey, and then goes through the GRC area. Well, that's where we're waiting to get final confirmation that we're able to do that. Goes down Independence, which turns into Camp Road, and it goes underneath the Highway 34 so it's like a tunnel that goes underneath Highway 34. That way we don't have to cross. And then that plugs us into the Glenwood archaeological site with that little bike path before it connects us up to gravel. So that's really like the heaviest area. And I don't actually know if anything needs closed. I think more than anything, we just need to make sure that we have permission from the necessary parties to make sure that we can utilize that Camp Road and Independence Road. But in terms of if any roads need to close, I don't think that it's actually necessary. One thing that I wanted to ask too is, I know that sometimes like during RAGBRA and other events, there might be some city signage that like have like bike race in progress or something like that. I don't know if that's something the city has at their disposal that was used for RAGBRA or how that typically works. But I don't think that any actual roads will need to be closed.
Is the tunnel open to go over to the lake from GRC?
So when I talked to Larry, because I've actually gone on that route before there was barricades, and he said that right now there are barricades, but could be removed in time for the race. They just wanted to kind of like slow the traffic or people utilizing that space. But he said that they also were hoping to be user friendly, so he seemed to be okay with it, but waiting on final word on that. But yeah, he said right now there's some barricades, but they could be moved, and so he asked for the days and the time that we need them just to make sure they were out of there in time.
You said there were over 80 riders last year and you're already over that again this year. Did I hear that right?
So total last year we had 80. Total registered as of today is 80. I don't think we'll go. I'm thinking we'll probably end up at 100, and that's of riders. And of course, they'll have literally spectators, like families coming to watch and volunteers. But I think probably around 100 riders would be what we'll end up with, which is pretty huge for this, because typically there's maybe 5 to 10 women signed up for a race. around here.
And then do you come in town early or you just get here that morning?
So yeah, we will come in to set up the night before to set up some of the big things as Mills County Historical Society, and then we'll arrive early in the morning to just make sure we have, timing equipment and all of those things set up at packet pickup and just attend to any rider needs, including we'll have somebody there that is able to fix bikes that can check in on them. We'll have there's a PT that actually volunteered to be there in case anybody needs any injury screenings or anything. So we'll just have kind of a little bit of traffic in the morning just as riders are arriving, prepping. And then there's also somebody that's going to be doing kind of mindfulness sessions right before the races go off in case anybody's nervous and just kind of wants to take a moment, take a deep breath, shake off any pre-race jitters. But yeah, the actual 100K will start at 7:30, and then 50K will go off for the next 30 to 45 minutes after that.
And then the park is okay with you using parking, because I assume all the riders that are gonna be participating will be parking at the park?
Yeah, so so here's the thing. I actually first spoke to Steve Hunt with the Mills County Historical Society, and because he's the one that offered up the location, he said there's ample parking, bathrooms, everything. So I thought we were all good to go there by parking at the Mills County Historical Society. But I think it was just recently somebody said actually you have to check with Glenwood Parks and Rec as well.
Okay.
But as far as what Steve Hunt had mentioned, that we were fine to park in that lot. But if I need to take additional measures by reaching out to Ron Maddox, then yeah, that's one thing that I'll.
Yeah, you'll need to reach out to the park board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I did leave them a message, and I'm waiting to hear back on that. And that's something that when I spoke to Steve, he seemed like, yep, we're all good here. Here's the facilities, and so I had no idea that I had to speak to somebody else because it was, when I spoke to Steve, it sounded like he was the deciding factor there. So.
And Maria, when did you reach out to Ron?
Yes, I did reach out to Ron, and actually I got his phone number from Danielle, but then also
Just today?
Larry Inham also added him to the email that he sent out.
Okay, about how long ago was it that you reached out to him?
To Ron, I reached out to him today.
Oh, today, okay.
So
Yeah.
you have to talk to them first, so you haven't done that yet. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, I really apologize. I really didn't know, because just Steve said we were all good to go. So I don't live in Glenwood, so I didn't know that, but I'm hopefully trying to get that rectified now that I've been made aware.
Sure.
Maria, I live in Glenwood and I'm learning the rules every day, so no need to apologize.
That makes me feel better.
If you're gonna have around 100 riders, how many people in total do you anticipate with families? And I know it's just an estimate, but.
Yeah, I would say maybe between 100 and maybe 150 or so people. I think last year we had, I would say 150 people to 175 would maybe be a safe estimate.
Including the riders?
Let me think here, because it's hard to know how many people will be bringing family. Sometimes they arrive after the race. But so if we have 100 riders, we'll probably have around 25 to 30 volunteers. So yeah, maybe maybe a couple hundred.
Okay.
And what typically happens is so our volunteers, they kind of come in shifts, right? They arrive in the morning, get the supplies for the aid station, they go to the aid station, so they're not always there. And then as riders come back, families kind of trickle in and out, riders leave, volunteers come back, some go home, so that's a hard one to answer, but I think that's a good estimate.
Okay, Mitch has a question.
Are you
Sure.
getting any porter potties or anything? Because having run some 5K races in the past and having over 100 people, I don't know if there'd be enough bathrooms at the park.
Yeah,
Is it
so
too-
I know that there's Mills County bathrooms, and Steve said we're able to use it, but I also contacted
There's
Lincoln
a-
Logs, Clay, who we utilized last year, so we'll have some units
Okay.
on site, and then we'll also have units at the aid station. At least one unit at each aid station.
Parking, so.
Parking
I
might
would-
be
I
an
don't know if
issue.
the aid stations, We're actually,
Well,
what
they
is
can
that? Right
Park in the
beside
grass
House.
area.
Like,
across-
right
I would
beside
say for
Wood,
schools,
across the
though.
property last
I
year.
would say they're
And
gonna
then,
need to reach
the
out
former
to the schools
location
for
of
parking.
Vineyard and Tabors are other locations.
Lori wants to make a comment.
For sure.
Yeah, I would recommend getting a hold of the school. I'm just thinking about the parking lot and the amount of local folks that we do have that use the park. I don't know that parking right there in the park is the best answer. Or even a answer. It might be for some. The high school, I would recommend reaching out to the high school. I don't have Nicole's.
Well, whoever did the car show, did they ask the high school if they had to park in the grass?
So
area?
there's
Tons
a
of
lot
people
right
park
across
in
from
the-
the park
tons of
that's
people park in
controlled by the
grass
school.
area.
I
That
just
could
don't
be a
know what
good
the
place
school's
to be able
schedule,
to.
like, I have no idea what events they have going on.
I know, but when the car show people don't even do permit like this, we never.
And I do remember that term because I did the day one Glenwood, Rag Friday, and I do remember that now that people are so familiar with that space. And yeah, if you have a contact, if you want to.
Yeah, we can get you her number. Yeah,
To reach out.
And they all parked.
yeah,
across
we
the
can get
street.
you her number.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And Maria, do you guys coordinate any kind of food options for people, or is this a good opportunity for our businesses to coordinate and?
Since the ZM is providing food.
So that's actually one thing I need to confirm with Steve Hunt, because originally he had said that they would provide the food, but I don't, like the last time I went to visit him, he was unfortunately sick, so then I wasn't able to meet with him, so I'm still trying to connect him, because he did me some quotes, but what I'm gonna ask him is, like, if it's actually would be better and easier to connect with just the local restaurants that
Oh,
might have food
absolutely.
trucks or something that could just come in. And I don't think he would have an issue with that. I think he just offered it, and at the time I was like, well, I don't know any other options, so maybe that'll be nice. But I'll confirm with him, because I would actually, if there's other options, that would be amazing. And he didn't seem to think that there's really any like major stipulations in terms of like food on site. So yeah, I think I'll
We may need to come back with
so
him and
one
just.
of my goals is to make it out there sometime this week to meet with him in person, just since the last time I tried, he was unfortunately sick, and then get that clarification. But that would be amazing, because one of the biggest things that I want to make sure happens with this race is that, like I wanted to help the city of Glenwood. I wanted to, and it already, I'm hoping that it already is by bringing a lot of people that don't normally ride in there and just spread the word. But I would love to connect with, like other local businesses and anybody who really wants to, take part in this event. It'd be a good opportunity for them. That would be amazing.
Yeah. And we could give you a list of all the
Yeah, that'd be
eating
great.
places here in town that would really enjoy the business too.
Approved.
Yeah, that would be awesome, because I think that, I know that when I travel for races, I actually just like to see what like the different local communities have. So
Mhm.
yeah, anytime, and if we have an opportunity to do that with our race, that is above and beyond anything that like I was hoping for, because I'm new to race directing. Last year was my first year, and so I'm learning a lot as I go. And in terms of like even just working with the city of Glenwood, I didn't really have an opportunity until last year, because I was kind of disconnected. There was another race director that was kind of taking charge of that portion, and so I didn't even get to really be the face-to-face with the city of Glenwood, even though I was running the race last year. And so this year, I really want to change that.
So for parking, do you think it would be an issue? The grassy area where they do the car show and they put all the cars? Could they
Well,
park
but
there?
they're gonna take the route down there on Park, so that would, all those bikes would be
They're
going
gonna go
down
through Lake.
through Park Drive.
Yeah. You wouldn't want
So
to-
you don't
Yeah,
want
that's one
cars
thing I wanna
parked there,
avoid,
so that's why we're thinking that might be an
That's
issue.
gonna get
And I don't know
crazy,
that
we
it's
have to be really careful with.
Yeah, we're.
Let's make sure that our riders are heading in
If
a
they've
direction
got
where
some
cars are
Yeah.
thing going on.
getting into
we-
park.
Yeah, sure.
Were you saying you might come down this week? That if you did, we could meet with you
I'm
and,
hoping to, yeah. If it's during the week later this week, or
when does the park board meet again?
possibly Sunday, but or next week. If there's days that work maybe better, I can try to. I'm a photographer, and when I'm not at a photo shoot, I'm working from home, so I have a lot of flexibility there.
This weekend.
Like if I'm by during the day, during like office hours and meetings. That would be easy for me to do.
Or September 6th.
Maria, I would also encourage you, and we'll get you the information, for our, Chamber of Commerce, Jitsi Loader, who would be able to not only provide you information about businesses here in Glenwood, but also around the whole Mills County area.
I'm glad you brought up her name because she's one of the first people that I met with, and she's actually the person that was like, "Did you submit a special events?" I was like, "What is that?" And so she gave me the form, sent me home with a bunch of brochures too, and then the Chamber
Awesome.
of Commerce
I
website,
would
which I've
think
been
it
sharing with our
probably-
writers, and we'll share in our writer guide.
There's a lot of parking that
But
could
she's
take
been
place at the
amazing to work with too.
baseball
So thanks to her.
field. And they have
she's why
bikes,
I'm
so they have to walk too
speaking
far.
with lost, otherwise I wouldn't have known that I had
Yeah,
to
and
do
to
this
do
last
all
year.
this fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just.
So are we ready to vote on this? or-
No, we can't vote on it tonight. We have too
Is
many
Ron-
outlying things.
Just to get my hair.
Just gonna get.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
Do we need to table this or?
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to table it for tonight, but we wanna help you get this through. Did we know
Yeah.
when the park board meets again that she
I
could?
think it's August 14th.
So that's after our next meeting.
Okay, so they'll have to reach out to
Because we
them
need
ahead
it
of
in
time.
next Tuesday, right?
The 12th. August 12th.
Okay,
And this event is,
September
September
6th. So at least there's a little more time, but not a lot.
And Maria, when do you think you'll connect with Steve about the food, just so that we can coordinate businesses here?
Yeah, I can just try to do that this week. I can call him tomorrow morning and just make sure that he'll be there and line up a time. Yeah, I can do that.
we could always approve it on the 12th pending park board, whatever.
We could talk to the park board
We talked to them
separately
before.
and just get
Is our
their,
meeting's what, on the 9th?
Well,
yeah, we're gonna ask to table this until the
Maybe
next
that's 14th,
meeting,
maybe
the
that's-
next council meeting, and we'll be in touch, but please, in the meantime, we'll be in touch with you with this information
Yeah.
at the school and things that you need to, get figured out regarding the food
And
and, because
When
we,
is the next meeting that you have?
August 12th.
are you gonna be here the 12th? For me? Okay. So
August 12th.
Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. And then maybe I can try to be there in person for that one. If I can make that work.
Okay,
Let me see. And they're always at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
And Maria, one last question. So the last ride, they start at 7:30, then there's another group that goes out like 8, 7.
Yeah, 8:15, 8:30.
And then how long do people kind of linger around?
So last year, I think we cleared. I think we started packing up by like 2 p.m. I think most people were gone by 2 p.m. Because I think we'll expect our last riders to roll in around noon to 1 p.m. I believe it really depends on like if it's a hot day, it might take them a little bit longer. And if it rains, we have alternate routes too that just bypass the start and end is the same, but they would just bypass some of the minimum maintenance dirt roads like Patfield and Raleigh. But yeah, we'll do kind of like prizes and giveaways and awards after the last rider crosses the finish line, and then we'll keep going. But last year that was around 2 o'clock.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for calling. Are there any more questions before we?
There's just a note on there about EMS support if it's available. Do you have your own medical support that's coming with you or?
No, typically with most gravel races, we just let the local EMS departments know that a race is coming through there. And then I know last year there was a woman that suffered like this medical event, not a crash or anything. And we were able to call
Just
for her to receive help. So most races, especially the small ones like this, typically don't have their own. We kind of rely on just giving a heads up to the EMS department, like, hey, this event's happening. Just
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're
we
aware.
would, we'll be aware.
Sounds good.
Okay. Very good.
I know sometimes some people volunteer, so I think that's the only reason I put it in there. I'm like, maybe that's something that people like to do. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think anything's necessary there.
Okay, thanks for meeting with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all in person and hopefully getting this passed so we can have this awesome race.
Very good, thank you.
Thanks for all
Have
you're
a
doing.
good night.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion on number 6, so
Table.
to table.
So moved, McEwen?
Second,
Duran?
any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Kate. McEwen,
Yes.
Duran,
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so then we will move on to departmental reports. Nothing for library, cemetery, park,
How's
Jamie.
the library? Have we had an update on the library? Like, have they had any applicants for the
They've
position?
got, I know they're running ads and they have gotten some applicants, but they haven't made any decisions
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
They're
Sorry.
doing fine with the board is maintaining
Yeah.
control, which is
Yeah.
good,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
That was a great, they had Christmas.
And they had
in
Christmas in July, Friday
Yes.
night, so it's a good event. Jamie, go ahead.
Opening up Sharp Street Thursday,
Good,
all the manholes on the new overlays and then on Locust Street are getting redone. I think they're pouring them all back tomorrow.
oh, good.
Nice.
Anything else?
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
Great, because all mine are pretty dumb. So on Vine Street, I literally, this could be the dumbest question you've ever heard, and if you laugh, it's okay. But so they just did all the new asphalt, right, and it looks lovely, but there are like 2 sections of these big rectangular sections. It's like the asphalt didn't take, is that normal? What is that?
Those are concrete patches.
Okay,
Usually what they do is that concrete's poured, say somebody had to tear that up in the winter time, well, you can't put asphalt down in the winter. So we let them pour concrete to the top of the asphalt.
okay.
So when they grind that, they grind up to them concrete patches, skip over it, and then grind the rest of the asphalt. So
Okay,
that's actually
So it's-
concrete.
normal and it's not, I kept looking at it going, why does that look strange? And I don't know
That's
anything, and
not a dumb question, that's a very interesting question, I had no idea.
I didn't have any idea why I just knew it looked very different. I was like, is that problematic?
Once it gets so cold, you can't do asphalt because it has to be hot
Okay,
when you do it.
Good to know.
all right, thank you. Glad you didn't laugh at me, but I wouldn't have blamed you if you did.
Flashing now.
Right. He goes home and laughs.
Is that
You know
all,
what she
Jamie?
said
Is
tonight?
that it?
Yeah.
Okay, Eric,
Cultivate Communities a week from Wednesday. I believe it's falling in place for that. 5 to 8 on the square for anybody that's interested in attending.
yes,
I guess I do have one question. Are we gonna promote the lost?
have a table there for lost,
Oh,
what need to talk
I guess
about
I would invite
For the
any
lost
councilman
vote.
that would like to talk about the lost funds.
for lost vote, to give it, to educate people that stop by the booth, like a little booth. Are any of you available that,
What day is that?
August
Next
6th.
Wednesday?
August 6th from 5 PM to 8 PM.
I can help, if somebody else can help?
I will not be available on that night.
What night is that?
It's a
Our
Wednesday.
anniversary. But I'll be there, I can be there from 5 to 8. I have a 2:00 meeting, 4, so hopefully it won't go.
August 6th, from what time?
5 to 8.
5 PM to 8 PM.
I can,
And we can check with Mike and Donnie, but I think we need to have a information booth there and pass out flyers.
I can probably do part of
You
it.
wouldn't have to do the whole 3 hours.
That's why I'm
We could
sitting
just
here
split
going,
it a
I
little
don't know
bit.
that I can do the whole
Yeah.
5 to 8. But I can
Okay.
take a portion, I need to check before I commit
Alright.
to whether that's an early or a.
Okay, check in and we'll revisit it, check your emails or text or something, we'll get back in touch, get a list. If your availability, let me know,
Cause I need to.
whatever times you're available. Okay, anything else?
Next thing I have would be, we're gonna hold the applicant testing on August 9th at 9 AM down at the Clinwood Athletic Complex.
Mhm.
So we have 16 applicants. Hopefully they all show up.
How many
16?
positions are you filling?
One.
Just one? So 16
At
for
the
one?
moment, just one.
Don't say that.
That's great.
Not
Yeah,
being
16,
pessimistic, just
that's great,
being honest, at the moment, one. Hopefully we'll be able to form a list and maybe something more.
there you go.
So,
Okay,
Extra commentary to yourself.
anything else?
nothing.
Okay. Matt Bray, you're up.
I really don't have anything tonight. It's been busy this last few weeks, and we did have a major wreck out off the interstate Saturday morning. So we had to call Silver City in to kind of help, and we had total of 5 patients.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty intense there for a little while, but other than that, that's
About it?
busy answering calls and
All right,
everything else.
okay. Mitch?
Okay, so I've got some resolution and another motion for the iPay investment pool. So a little bit of explanation. Currently, our banking situation, we bank most of our money with FNBO in town, and we have a sweep account where on our money, we're getting 1.8% interest on most of our money. Some of it's in CDs where we get a little bit higher interest, between the 2 to 3% range. But most of our money now is getting 1.8%, probably 90% of it, interest on the sweep account that FNBO operates for us. There's some higher bank fees with that because it's uses some of their technology and algorithms and stuff like that they charge us for. But we're getting a lot more interest than we had been the city only started using this new account at FNBO back in October before I started. But it's been good for the city. But the interest rates, like I said, it's only 1.8%. But the good thing about it is it's very liquid. We can write any checks in that account, and the bank will automatically transfer the amounts that we need into the checking account to cover all of it. iPay is a municipal investment pool in the state of Iowa that many different cities use. The Glenwood Community School District uses the school version of it, and I've met with their CFO about it, and he highly recommends it. What it is it's managed by this company, these basically investment bankers in Des Moines, and they invest all these cities. They get good rates for cities basically on your idle funds that we have sitting in our accounts, and we get more interest revenue. And it also remains more liquid than your typical CDs at the bank where you can invest for 30, 60 days. If you put in a request by noon to transfer money from iPay into your checking account, you'll have it in your account the next day. So if we use this account, we can still get a very high interest rate, and it's very liquid because if we're planning ahead on big payments, we'll be able to request transfer over into our checking account but still be in a time when we're not using that money getting double the interest rate that we're getting now. The interest rate at iPay right now is 4.06%, so over double what we get from most of our funds here, and higher than the CDs that we get from the banks in town too. some,
Are those locked in with iPane or are they variable? Like, could it
It
in 2
changes.
months
Yeah.
be,
it would change.
I mean, either way,
You
it's
can
still
do
gonna be
lock-
higher.
You can do the locked in traditional like CDs where it wouldn't be locked in for 30 days, but that's locked in for 30 days. You lose that liquid flexibility, but the other one would change daily. The current one we have can change daily. So it's been serving Iowa public institutions since 1987. They comply with all of the Iowa codes. Iowa Code, Chapter 12B and 12C. They have over 450 public entities that participate, so it's not some small thing. It's a very reputable place to invest public funds. Their diversified funds provide daily liquidity for our operating funds. And like I said, the school district in town uses the school version of this same program. And I think it would be a very good use of our dollars when we're not using them. We'll get a higher return on our dollars. And it's a liquid and safe tool that we can use. And so tonight I'm asking you to approve this resolution. You basically need this resolution to enter into this agreement with them, and also authorize me to fill out their application packet and send it over. And then we would be able to transfer funds over into their accounts as needed.
Is that one motion or do you need them to be two
It's two
separate?
motions.
Two separate motions.
Do you have any questions?
I think it would be very
One
beneficial.
thing is it doesn't cost anything to use this service. It provides an investment option that's liquid. It can be a good barometer for rates in Iowa. You can get certificate of deposit rates from outside area banks. It's an option for funds when local banks don't want public funds. There's some cities that have problems with their local banks don't even want them to deposit all of that money in with them. I don't think that's a problem with us. but-
Mitch, are you thinking, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please finish.
They have got different tools there that could help you with scheduling when your bond proceeds would need to come out of their system and transferred into your bank account. If you have like scheduled payments with your for your big projects, that could be helpful. So there's just a lot of benefits, and overall, then it's the higher interest rate that we can get that would help our operating fund, our general fund, and supporting our operations and all that type of thing.
I was just gonna ask, is there any reason why we would leave, I'm gonna make up numbers, 5,000 sitting at 1.8, or are you talking full on shift out of that and leave nothing there?
No, they recommend leaving some in your checking account to cover your payroll and regular expenditures, but it would require, I would just, us at City Hall and working with the department heads on when they have big expenditures for some of the projects to make sure we're transferring funds, like when we're paying for getting the invoices for the street projects and GeoBond projects or that type of thing into our regular checking account. But
So does the resolution,
resolution just establishes an agreement between us and iPay to invest
Yeah.
our funds.
what
It
I'm
doesn't
wondering,
obligate us to have to put our funds into iPay.
no, I guess what I'm wondering is that we need to state something that will maintain, I don't know, 10% of the balance in here do we need to get that specific? And I'm just thinking, going
You could change
forward,
it either way. You guys can decide that when you are ready to make the transfer.
That would be. We're
but
not
every
paying for
time
any-
you'd make a transfer, I'm just thinking about in the future,
I don't have
right?
to come to you to transfer them.
It all, you
So
guys
that's
approve
what
all
it
that.
would all
He's
still
not
have to funnel through just for,
No. I'm on the mayor, the authorized users on the account would be the mayor, myself, and the city clerk, and we could transfer money between the accounts at any time. And it's not transferring money between funds.
right,
It's just between banks. And, I mean, right now, city council members can't go to the bank and tell the bank
Right.
what to do with the funds. The only authorized users on the account are the mayor, myself, and the city clerk. So it would still be that way.
and the
And,
transfer would be just, is that one signature or two signatures? Maybe I'm ahead of myself on that.
When I request a transfer, I just do it electronically through their system, just like your online banking. Like if you're requesting to move funds between your personal, like, checking account and savings account, you do that through online banking. That's basically what we would be doing.
So are you gonna come back to council with a recommendation of how much you think you'll start with there, so they know what,
No, I didn't think I.
you wouldn't have to do that? Okay.
No, I don't think I would get into the
The-
nitty gritty
okay.
details to tell you guys how much we're moving.
They'll
on.
have record of it anyway on the reports.
Yeah, they'll be on the
Correct.
reports, they'll be on the
Okay.
regular monthly financial reports. You'll see on the balance sheet how much money is in the FNBO checking. I'll have to set up a new account for the IPATE investments on there. You'll see how much money is in the IPATE investment accounts. I could do more regular reports,
Well, and so,
but we don't do that right now.
and my line of questioning, please know, is not coming from anything other than the past. So when I start sitting here thinking about checks and balances
Mhm.
and moving money and making sure that we
Well, I would
got,
say in the past, we've basically done nothing.
and it's come to bite us in the butt. That's
Well,
why I'm
In
sitting
the past, we
here
haven't
going,
taken advantage of interest rates.
agreed. I'm just trying to make sure we have something in place that is a checks and balances in the, that's why I'm saying, okay, is there, whether it's Angie or somebody 10 years from now wants to go and move money, there's somebody else saying, you can't move that money until somebody else has looked at that. I know.
I don't wanna do that, we don't do it that way right now. Like, whenever there's a CD that comes up, I don't come to you all and ask about, can I renew this CD or things like that, I'm just getting the best rate.
But you'll see them on the monthly reports.
I think
The monies
that's
that are-
things that you've designated for me to do as the city administrator and
Yeah.
finance director. We don't do a checks and balance on Jamie when he's going and inspecting the footings for a sidewalk, or Eric when he's doing a DUI test for someone.
What's your line of thinking, Lauren? Like, what are you?
I am thinking back how many years where we had issues.
With just accountability,
Yeah,
transparency?
it has nothing to do with the folks here now.
Gotcha.
But I'm thinking of when it comes to money and moving money, and maybe I'm crazy and thinking, you know, I don't know what it is, $20,000, $30,000 at a time, being able to just move that with only one person looking at it has been problematic before. So I'm just trying to think how all of us cover ourselves so that nobody says to you in 2 years, oh, Mitch, you did that, and who else signed off on it. It is
Well, you
not
signed-
an
They already
accusation.
signed, you've signed off on it already by authorizing the mayor and the city clerk and myself to be the
The signers of the
Signers.
accounts.
FMVO, you've already authorized us to be that.
And we
But
see
you're
it in
saying
the
that one
financials,
person,
correct?
if there were two signatories, it would mean that
And I
somebody
think,
was.
and maybe where I'm,
Well, that, the auditors will be checking everything too, for sure.
because I guess in my
It's not
head,
like,
right, it's just this.
He's not gonna be
You're
moving
not
it to
able
his
to,
open other accounts.
yeah, the funds aren't going anywhere that's out of your control. We're not paying for anything like personally or anything. That all comes through claims and
Yeah.
everything. This is just moving money into different accounts that have higher interest rates, and making sure there's enough money in our checking account to
To pay
pay
the
for
bills.
payroll and things like that, but also taking advantage of the higher interest rates in between when we don't need as much cash on hand to pay our bills, and that type of thing. It's just money management and taking advantage of interest rates. Now, I could we'd still have like probably $1 million in our checking account to make sure that we always have enough money to cover the bills and payments that come through. But that would still be like $5 million we could put into iPay, and that type of thing. We could look at our investment policy again, and we could put in there how much a minimum balance that we want to always have in the
We should do
checking
that
account.
anyway for the auditors to make sure we have the right, there's guidelines on that anyway.
Yeah.
So that'd be a
But we
good
could
time,
look at that again.
it'd be a good time to do that
And,
now, yeah.
then you can make sure when I'm doing the financial report that I've always have the minimum amount in the checking account.
Yeah.
And that type of thing.
And maybe the other end of reporting doesn't, I'm just, again, in my head, I'm like, okay, there's a risk out there. And I hate talking, because I'm not saying, I'm thinking back to what's happened in the past. Like, let's say is there that we put a limit on an amount and not a limit, but
What's happened in the past for the moving money between bank accounts? Or in the past, is it just not?
Misuse of funds.
It was
You're
just
saying
I
moving
don't-
it from a Glenwood
I
account
don't
to another
wanna
Glenwood account,
say
not moving it out.
anything. I mean, I think we all need to be very
I'm wondering
careful
if what's
about
happened in
what
the
we.
past though is an issue related to moving between bank accounts or more of like a financial planning
Yeah.
problem, like with our budget.
I would say moving between accounts.
Really?
And so in my head,
But
I'm
are you
sitting
talking
here.
about accounts in our system? Or from, well, then I don't know what you're talking about either then, that was before.
So all I'm wondering is it that, okay, if we're gonna go and we're gonna move $500,000, that anything over $500,000 has to also have a second, somebody sign on and approve it. Maybe that's what it is. It's a trigger
So
amount.
then I just walk over to Teresa and say, sign this.
Yeah,
And she's gonna sign it because
And she's not gonna necessarily look at it, right?
she'll look at it because she's,
Look
But
at the
this is
paper.
Glenwood account to Glenwood account, it's not Glenwood account to an outside vendor or
Yeah.
someone else, this is like from our
Right,
checking
it's
to our
only gonna be
savings.
to our own
it's still
accounts.
all under our control.
Our,
It's not going to other people.
It's like, we just, right now, we don't, currently, right now, how it's been done, and I would argue maybe it's that the way we've done it is less
We've never done-
responsible management of funds.
We've
is
never
we
done
just-
anything like this.
We
for
just,
investing
we
money.
just let all the CDs just automatically
They
renew.
automatically renew, that's how.
And
they-
so we just
I
leave the
don't
money in the
disagree.
checking account too, and so that's just like,
This is just to help us earn.
I just want us
higher
all to be
interest.
set up for
Success.
yeah.
success and nobody ever
So we
being in
can
a situation
revisit
where
the,
a finger is getting pointed that
Yeah.
something has happened
we
and
can
we
revisit
don't
the
have.
investment policy, and I could ask
I think
the
we should
school
anyway.
district if
Yeah.
they have an investment policy too, because they use iPay a lot. They use it they've got multiple accounts they set up at iPay.
And there are some
They
requirements.
put most of their funds in iPay, actually.
So you need a motion or no motion?
I do need
Motion.
We do need a motion.
to get it set up, unless you want to wait and hold off until we also look at the investment policy. It's up to you all. I could come back with also, the investment policy for you to also review and see.
I mean, I think it's a bonus for the city to move it and get it into the account drawing a higher percentage, correct?
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna move it over slowly, too, because we just have, as CDs come up,
So we can do that
instead
and,
of renewing the
Are you
CD.
good
we
with
can do
doing
that and
concurrently?
review the investment policy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am fine, I literally just wanna make sure we have
Covered.
processes and
Yeah.
procedures in place that we haven't before that have maybe caused issues.
I can put that's a good point though, too, because how we've done it in the past too makes it easier to make sure that there's always money in the checking account to pay every bill, because we just keep everything in the checking account.
Yeah,
That's
true.
And so you don't
Yeah,
have
we
to worry
invested
about
nothing. It's
making
just-
sure you're
yeah. Got plenty of money.
doing
it's
cash
all
flow
there.
analysis or anything like that to make sure there's money in there to pay the bills. So we could probably can make sure there's something in the investment policy about a minimum balance to ensure we never have that type of problem.
And we're fortunate to have Mitch's expertise with his finance.
Right.
Yeah, but Lori brings up good points
She
though,
does.
just about
Yeah.
making sure there's funds in there. Because right now is this, I don't know, you don't have to think about it because everything's just in the checking account. And before there was like 0% interest on it until we switched over to the sweep account, and now we get 1.8%. But then it does everything automatically. But like I said, we're missing out on that other 2%. And just going from the 0% to what we do now, we're getting like $20,000, $40,000 now from interest. So this could be a total of like 80,000 or
Right.
whatever interest.
It's a smart thing to do.
It is, because it'll put money in our account that will help us with expenses that we can't cover sometimes.
Yeah, and I can,
Certain
but I
funds.
can meet with the school again too. 'Cause I already met with him and he kind of showed me how he does it. And
Yeah,
got
they
theirs
do
very
it.
organized
Mhm.
and set.
Are they with iPaid as well?
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
they use Glenwood State Bank and iPay.
Mhm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask for a motion, if you're ready, to approve resolution 3728, authorizing an investment with iPaid.
so moved, McEwen?
In a second,
Duran?
any further comments? Roll call, please.
Smithers,
Yes.
Duran,
Yes.
McEwen,
Yes.
And then at this time, I'll ask for the motion to authorize the city administrator to complete the application packet.
So moved, Duran?
In a second,
Smithers?
any further discussion? Roll call?
Duran,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
McEwen,
Yes.
Thank you.
So the next item is a wage resolution to set Teresa's wage, because in our excitement to give her the oath of office and everything
We
last
forgot.
week, we forgot to put her.
She's been working for
Put her on.
Volunteer?
Thank you,
So,
Teresa.
Wage resolution.
Very good. Asking for that motion, please,
So moved, Smithers?
in a second.
McEwen?
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
McEwen,
Yes.
Duran,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
And thank you for getting that corrected. The next item is, Mitch, do you have anything else that's not on here?
No.
Okay.
So do we need to say anything or make a motion about that investment policy?
I could come
That
back
you
and
can just
have
bring
it.
it,
He's
take
gonna bring
that.
it back.
Okay.
Put it on
We'll wanna do that for
a
the next
future,
one anyway.
committee meeting or something.
Yeah,
we can
let's
discuss.
bring it on a committee meeting.
Yeah.
That way we can all look at it, those that aren't familiar with it can see what it's current. Item 8, Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Projects, a motion to approve invoice 22 in the amount of $1,090 for SWIPCO,
So moved, McEwen?
and a second.
Smithers? Or Christina can have it.
Whoever, Teresa, who are you gonna give it to?
Smithers.
Thank you. And any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Joanne,
Yes?
Smithers.
Yes.
McEwen.
Yes.
Okay, next on is my report. I am gonna be on vacation on the 12th, so I will not be here, so Mayor Pro Tem Lori is gonna cover for me. Thank you very much. Trying to see if there's anything coming up. Oh, I believe the school board set, August
Super board.
14th, super board meeting for August 14th.
That was the 20th.
Did they move it to the 21st?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
kind of knows the 14th.
I think they
too.
were moving it though, and I can't remember
It was
my,
originally the 14th when we were at the
And so I
meeting,
haven't
but
updated my
they
calendar.
moved it via email
to the
to
21st.
the 21st.
So
if you guys can.
Please check your
I can't
calendars,
make it on the 21st. I'll
but
get the
I
kids
should
to
be
do
able to
what
be
else
there, so please check your calendars
She didn't
for,
say what time.
it'll be 6 o'clock at the, yeah, at their new, hopefully remodeled facility.
August 21st.
I don't know that I will be. I think
Okay.
I'm out of town,
Okay,
but I'll.
I should be able to be there.
so we'll do the
on the
best, okay,
21st.
perfect, and then we'll check with the other two members. And I think there's anything else. Oh, next Tuesday, the homecoming, there's a new homecoming committee, and they are asking for a meeting at the county annex. And have invited a number of city people, they'd like to be there. I know they'd like you there, just Mitch, so that you can get familiar.
Yep, they
But
invited
Jamie,
me.
they would like Jamie and
I
Matt
invited-
and Eric. I know Eric's planning on going. She
I
told
already
me.
invited all of them.
But you guys can make it, because they really want you there, because they want to make sure.
Yep,
that there are
because I
meetings.
sent it to them.
I saw you sent it to them,
With the
but
wrong date in here.
She
It's
called
like,
me and said,
that's
can
the
you make
wrong
sure
date.
they will please come? So,
Who's in
okay.
charge of the new home?
Holly Jackson, and I don't know who else is,
I saw
she's
Holly
the one
Jackson.
setting it up.
Jennifer Wilson.
Jen
Jennifer Wilson,
Wilson
yeah.
still.
She's on, and Jennifer Wilson's on the agenda for August 12th too, to talk about.
Did everyone else retire from the old home?
I think they got, I think the other
Did
ones
Lincoln
decided to,
stop?
I think Lincoln's decided to retire,
Yeah,
so.
it's a new group of, I've
Yeah,
heard.
and there's some things they want to change, so they want to make sure everybody's on board. So I appreciate y'all planning on being there, and that's awesome.
Changing homecoming, sacred.
Well,
I think
fun change. They're gonna give candy out again, maybe. Okay, well, just spoiler alert. Council, do you have anything from,
I will be out of town on the 12th.
okay, you're also absent then with me.
Yes.
We're not going to the same place probably. Oh,
Arkansas.
I'm really close. So Natalie will be out. It's, hopefully the other two will be here. So, anything else?
Do you, GRC,
Yes.
so a couple months ago, Larry had said they were working on a way to get the community to be able to know what's going on. Do you know?
We are actually finally having a meeting next week, I believe, so I'll be bringing that up again. Okay, because we have not even had any meetings yet.
Got it.
Okay.
And Mitch, do you know if the walkthrough has been scheduled yet between the park and the baseball club?
No, August. It's in August.
No, it hasn't been scheduled yet. I just heard back from them on a change that they, oh, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
On a change that they wanted on the contract. And when we had been talking about like grass mowing, remember we got it 2 times a week?
Mhm.
Well, they really want for 1 month it to be every other day,
For 1 month,
you know?
every other day, like what month? June?
The
June,
first
I'm
part of
guessing?
it, I
The first
think,
part.
the very first part of it. So
Yeah.
So we'll
So
have
I
to.
haven't, I'm not sure, I haven't heard from Ron yet.
Yeah.
On that.
Okay.
Because in our meeting, they were okay with that, but then I guess they.
Okay,
went forward one.
so we still need to follow up on that.
Yeah,
Anything else out there? No? I'm gonna ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, McEwen?
McEwen, second.
Duran?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 8 PM sharp. Well, we're addressing